Good afternoon. Okay, so I was asked the question of when does SSDI change over to retirement, and does it change in amount? Generally speaking, that's going to happen when you hit full retirement age, and that can vary depending on when you were born. Where it is approaching where we will all be 67 for our full retirement age, but up until now, it has been kind of, the legislation that made it happen, it was prorated. So, some people were like 66, in 6 months, some 66 and 7 months. And as they get closer to, I almost want to say it's almost exactly my age, it becomes like 67, or very close to my age. People born my year was the way they kind of look at it. But your amount isn't generally going to change. It's going to convert automatically into where you are now in the Social Security retirement program, receiving Social Security retirement insurance benefits, and no longer receiving Social Security disability. Same amount, different name, and presumably different part of that fund, right? Now, your amount can change in a positive way. We've been over this before. The obvious one is COLA, where the COLA ostensibly attempts to put you at an even keel despite inflation and whatever they decide COLA is, which for many of us, we don't really think it meets the inflationary impact on the things we need to live and get by with, but it is what it is. I know we have a whole big video on that. So the other way is if you are still working. So let's say you've been working part-time while you were disabled. Depending on what your prior work history is, and I say this because there's a 35-year period of time that they will use to potentially increase your benefit amount. But when you're retired and you're no longer on disability, when you work, they are still recalculating your benefit every year, like they do for everybody who's working. So if you say, you recover from whatever disability you had, maybe it was an illness that you've recovered from. I mean, it could be anything. It could be something, it doesn't have to be permanent. It could have been you had it for 3-4 years, recovered with proper treatment, and now you are able to work at some job full time. Maybe not a super strenuous one, or maybe it's not rocket science, but maybe you decide at full retirement age to go back to work. Because remember, when you work and you are a full retirement age, you can collect your full retirement. You do not have to stay under an earnings limit like you would have had to have done. Certainly when you're disabled, there's a whole slew of rules, but also if you were just collecting early retirement and weren't disabled, you would have a significant limit on how much you can earn, because then you're not actually considered retired if you're earning a lot. So they're not going to give you early retirement. Total video for a different day. And I'm sure we have one, but once you're of full retirement age, you can go out and work and earn as much as you want. And let's say the amount that you earn, working full time at age 67, exceeds one of your other top 35 years of income over your lifetime. It's going to then boot out that year from the 35 years worth of calculation years and put in this higher one that you just had. This can be super helpful because back when we are young adults or teenagers, we tend to not be earning a lot, and it's all relative to the time period because everything gets indexed. So, you could, let's say I made $3,000 that year. I was working, full-time my senior year, part-time my senior year, and that's one of your 35 years. Or let's say whatever the case may be, you can boot out any of those any year that has a lesser income index-wise than what you make, that first year, second year, third year, full retirement, can boot out those years. So you can see an increase in your benefit based on your calculation. That's not based on COLA. Of course, when COLA happens, it's going to include an increase percentage applicable to any new and improved benefit amount you have, because perhaps you've worked and exchanged some of those less wealthy years of income when we're young and, you know, don't have the skills yet to earn, you know, a higher amount, which we tend to gain as we gain experience. Maybe we gain education, seniority. There's a slew of things, right? But anyway, so that's it. Bottom line is when you go from SSDI to Social Security retirement, your amount is not going to change due to that, by and large. It will change in name, and you will no longer be considered Social Security disabled. You are now Social Security retired. Okay. I hope that answers the question and gives you a little bit more information on how to maybe improve that retirement amount. All right. Chat with you later, guys. Bye.